Hi friend, I'm Sprout. Meet our little loop monster. So fluffy and cute. I'm using worsted weight cotton blend yarn and a 2.0mm hook. Let's go slow and cozy. Okay, round 1. We're starting with a magic ring, nice and slow, and we'll place 6 single crochets inside. Wrap the yarn around your pinky, then guide it over your index finger. Loop it once over your middle finger, and gently pinch that little crossing point with your thumb. Slide your hook into the ring, catch the yarn from above, yarn over, and pull through. Perfect. Now chain 1 to begin end. Quick reminder, this starting chain does not count as a stitch. Insert your hook into the ring. Grab the yarn from above, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Yarn over again, and pull through both loops. And that's 1 single crochet. If you're new, go ahead and place a stitch marker in your first stitch. This helps a lot. Same thing again, single crochet into the ring. Go ahead and pull through. Great, now we've got 2. Now, just keep going the same way until you have 6 stitches. You should have 6 stitches in the ring. Gently pull the yarn tail to tighten the ring. Take the stitch marker out for a second. Then go right into that same marked stitch and make a slip stitch to join. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, and slip stitch to join. Round 2, let's increase in every stitch, so we'll end with 12. Chain 1 to start, don't count it as a stitch. For this round, we'll use a loop stitch. Keep the yarn under your hook, hold it with your thumb, then come in from the top like this. Work the loop stitch one more time in the same stitch, that's your increase. Nice and steady. Same thing again, 2 loop stitches in the same stitch. Now just keep going the same way, all the way around. Try to keep the loops the same length, it'll look much neater. Count, check 12 stitches, 6 increases. Go back to your first stitch right here, and slip stitch to join. Round 3. 1 single crochet, then an increase, repeat around 18 stitches. Start with 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, make 2 loop stitches, that's your increase. Just keep going with the same pattern all the way around, nice and steady. Count, check 18 stitches. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Round 4. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, repeat, around 24 stitches. Start with 1 single crochet. Next stitch, make an increase. Then 1 single crochet. Keep going the same way, nice and steady. Count, check 24 stitches, slip stitch to join. Round 5. 3 single crochets, then an increase, repeat around 30 stitches. Single crochet in the next 3 stitches. In the next stitch, work 2 loop stitches into the same stitch, that's your increase. Now just repeat that set all the way around. Count, check 30 stitches. Slip stitch to join. Rounds 6 through 9 are all the same, just single crochet around 30 stitches each round. Just keep going at the end of each round. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. After round 9, you should still have 30 stitches. Round 10, 3 single crochets, then a decrease. Repeat around. Single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Now we'll decrease. Go into the next 2 stitches and single crochet them together. Decrease time. Start the stitch, but don't finish it. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, leave it on your hook. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now just repeat that set all the way around. Count check 24 stitches, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Round 11. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet. Repeat around, single crochet. Then decrease over the next 2 stitches. Then 1 single crochet. Now just repeat that set all the way around. Count check 8 in stitches, slip stitch to join. Round 12, single crochet, then a decrease. Repeat around. Single crochet. Then decrease over the next 2 stitches. Repeat that set around. Count check 12 stitches, slip stitch to join. Next, we're going to start stuffing. When you start stuffing, pull this loop a little longer, and keep it on your hook or finger, so it doesn't slip inside the body. Stuff a little at a time, small bits make it much smoother. Use tweezers or a stick to spread the fiber out to the sides, and fill the corners first. Keep the firmness even, and don't let your loop or yarn tails get buried inside. After stuffing, gently squeeze and rotate to smooth the shape. Hold the opening with your fingers, then the next round will be easier, and the stuffing won't pop out. Once you're done stuffing, take a moment to tidy the shape. If your loop stitch decreases feel a little loose, find which strand is slack and gently tug it to snug things up. That way, the loops won't look too loose, and everything stays more even. Round 13. Decrease around until you have 6 stitches left, and try not to snag the stuffing as you crochet. Keep decreasing around until you have 6 stitches left. Keep going until you have 6 stitches. Then slip stitch into the first stitch to close. Cut your yarn, but leave a long tail wheel, use it later to sew on the hat. If your decreases feel a little loose, just tidy it up gently. Tug the loop stitches to snug them up a bit, it'll look much cleaner. Now, grab that long yarn tail, and thread it onto a tapestry needle. Now work through the front loops of the 6 stitches from round 13, the loops closest to you, the raised side. As you sew, be careful not to catch the loop stitches. After you've stitched through all 6 stitches, pass the needle back through the first stitch, then pull tight to close the opening. Push the needle into the center, weave the tail back and forth to hide it. Then bring the yarn tail back to the center, and leave it for later. We'll use it to sew on the hat, and that finishes the body. Set it aside for now. Next, we're making the white parts of the eyes and we'll make 2 of them. I'm using yellow so you can see it better, but use white. Start with a magic ring, and work 5 single crochets into the ring. Once you have 5 single crochets, pull the ring tight and slip stitch to the first stitch to join. Then chain 1 to start round 2. Round 2, increase in every stitch 2 loop, single crochets in each stitch, for a total of 10. Keep that extra strand resting on top of your hook, and hold it down with your thumb as you crochet. Keep going the same way. When you finish the round, find that first stitch, and slip stitch to join. Round 3, 1 single crochet, then an increase repeat, 5 times. Keep going the same way. Once you finish the 5 repeats, we won't slip stitch to join. Instead, we'll do an invisible join using a tapestry needle. Cut the yarn, leaving a long tail. Go through the first stitch. Then into the last stitch grab the side loop and the back bar. Pull through and gently tighten to shape it. Weave in the tail, trim, and make a second one. Let's make the little handballs. Make 2. Start with a magic ring, and work 5 single crochets. Pull the ring tight, slip stitch to join, and chain 1. Round 2, increase in every stitch 10 stitches total. Now, just repeat that all the way around. Slip stitch to join. Round 3, single crochet around 10 stitches. You can crochet over the tail to hide it as you go. If there's still extra tail, just trim it. Shape it a bit. Slip stitch to join, and chain 1. Round 4, front loop only decreases, 5 decreases total. For the decrease, go into the front loop of the first stitch, the side of the V closest to you. Then into the front loop of the next stitch as well. Yarn over and pull through both loops to finish the decrease. Just follow the same pattern. After the last decrease, slip stitch to join, then cut the yarn, leaving a tail. Add just a tiny bit of stuffing in the ball little. Give it a nicer, more dimensional shape. For the arm, chain 16. Cut the yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing. On the side where that short tail is, thread your needle and stitch the tail into the ball to secure it. Pull it snug. Then just weave in the remaining tail to hide it. Take the yarn tail and thread it onto your needle. Go through the front loops around the top edge, stitch by stitch, then pull tight to close it. Snug it up. Weave the tail into the ball to hide it. Tie, usually weave back and forth through a couple stitches, then trim. That's one. Make a second one the same way. Now, let's make the little feet. We'll need 2 of these. Start with a magic ring, and work 6 single crochets into the ring. Once you've got 6 single crochets, pull the ring tight. Find that first stitch, and slip stitch to join, then chain 1. Round 2, increase in every stitch. Work 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Just keep going the same way all the way around. Slip stitch to join, and chain 1 to start the next round. Round 3, single crochet in each stitch around 12 stitches. Slip stitch to join, then chain 1. Round 4, decrease around 2, 6 single crochet decreases. Work a decrease in the front loops only. Insert into the front loop of the next stitch, then into the front loop of the following stitch. Yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and pull through both loops. Just keep going the same way all the way around. Go back to that first stitch, slip stitch to join, and chain 1 to start the next round. Leave a long yarn tail and fasten off. Stuff it lightly, then finish it the same way as the hands. You can complete it on your own. Make a chain of 18 for the leg attachment. This part is the same as the arms, so go ahead and finish it the same way and sew it on. Repeat the same steps to make a second one. Now, let's crochet the little hat together, and make 6 single crochets into the ring. Pull it tight, then slip stitch to join. Round 2, make an increase in every stitch. That's 2 single crochets in each stitch around. You'll have 12 stitches. Repeat that pattern around. Crochet over the yarn tail to weave it in as you go. Slip stitch to join. If you have any extra tail left, you can trim it off. Round 3, single crochet in each stitch around. No increases this round, still 12 stitches. Slip stitch to join, then chain 1 for the next round. Round 4, 1 single crochet, then 1 increase. Repeat that pattern all the way around. You'll end up with 18 stitches. Slip stitch to join. Chain 1, cut the yarn, leaving a short tail, and pull it through. Give it a little tug, make it nice and snug. Now let's make the little hanging loop for the hat. Start by making a chain. I'm chaining 30 here for the demo, but you can totally adjust the length to fit your own project. Once you're done, leave a little yarn tail. We'll use it later for sewing. Now let's attach the hanging loop to the hat. Insert your hook right through the center of the hat. Grab the yarn tail from the loop, and pull it through. Tie a knot, and pull it nice and tight. Now take one of the tails, thread it onto a yarn needle, and stitch through any 2 stitches on the hat just a few times to secure it. Tie 1 more small knot, trim off the extra tail. Thread the long yarn tail onto a tapestry needle, and we'll sew the hat onto the body. You can start anywhere, either through a stitch or through a gap. Just make sure you're going through the full stitch on the hat. Once you like the placement, pull the yarn snug. Then we'll sew in a simple rhythm. 1 stitch into the body, then 1 stitch through the hat. Keep alternating like that all the way around until the hat feels secure. As you sew, be careful not to press down or catch the loop stitches. When you're done, run the needle into the body and weave the tail back and forth a couple times to hide it, then trim. For the eyes, find a spot on the body and gently adjust the stitches upward, leaving about 2 to 3 rows of space near the top. Once everything looks even, place the white part of the eyes in the center to check the position. Add a small amount of glue to the back of the white piece, and press it into place. Repeat the same on the other side. Then apply a little glue to the side of the white, and attach the pupils. Once everything is in place, gently press to secure. Now let's sew on the arms. Find a good spot. I like placing them around the lower middle area of the eye whites. Thread your long tail onto a yarn needle, sew the arm on, then weave the yarn through the body a few times to secure it and hide the tail. Repeat the same on the other side. For the feet, find the center of the magic ring on the foot, and give it a quick shape. Line it up with the eyes to check placement, then sew it on the same way as the arms. Once it feels secure, weave in the tail through the body a few times, then fasten off. Repeat on the other side. Last, give everything a little tidy up, and your cute little monster is all finished.